Hey, how's it going? Alex here from Idea Spot, and today we are going to be making stylized contact forms using Elementor, and we're going to be using the Elementor free version. So you might know that the Elementor free version doesn't actually include contact forms, but I'm going to show you how to work around that using a couple different plugins. So you're going to need two plugins. First one, we search for Elementor, and all these additional plugins for Elementor will show up on your search. So I really like this one, Premium Add-ons for Elementor. Now this works with the free version of Elementor, and it will give you lots of extra add-ons for Elementor, like carousels, Google Maps, and most importantly, contact forms that we're going to be working with today. So you'll also want a contact form plugin. So this works with Contact Form 7. So go ahead, install Contact Form 7, click Activate as well. So those two plugins, Contact Form 7 and Premium Add-ons for Elementor. Just make sure both of those are installed and active. They're both free. Go ahead and try them out. So once you've got those set up, I'm going to just be using a blank page that I made for this tutorial. So from the blank page, we'll go to Edit with Elementor. Now when that loads up, it's really pretty easy. All you'll have to do is have a look at some of these new elements that came up when we installed the premium add-ons. So this will give us premium add-ons. So besides our normal free elements that we got with Elementor, we'll actually have all these free different add-ons. So this one's called Premium Contact Form 7. Now, make sure you've got Contact Form 7 installed, otherwise this won't show up. All you have to do is drag that into your new section. It'll create a little element there, and it will say select your contact form. We'll say contact form number 1. This is the contact form they give us by default. So it's got name, email, subject, and message. So click update. That'll save our contact form here. And let's go ahead and have a look at what this looks like. We'll go back to our dashboard and let's look at all the pages. This is the one we're using, the contact form tutorial. And that's what it looks like. So it's just going to use our default font, standard background, and text and buttons. So we can change all of those things. I'm going to show you how to do that. So in Elementor, we can go to, just go ahead and click on that. You'll get Premium Contact Form 7. You'll get the options there. First thing we can do is look at the fields. We can change the width of our input fields. We can change the width of our text area, the height of our text area. Let's just leave all that default. We can change the style of our typography and background, our label typography. Let's go ahead and change that label typography. So let's have a bit of a gray color font like that. And let's have a look at the button. We can have the background color of the button. Let's pick something a bit more colorful, a bit of a blue color, and we can change the normal and we can change the hover. So when we hover on the button, we can change the background color. Let's make the color a little bit lighter when we hover. So there we go. When we hover, it changes between those two colors. And we can change the background of the fields as well. So let's go back to our form and input field background color. Let's also have a nice light blue color there. There we go. Looks pretty good. And what else can we do? Our labels can have input text color. That's if when the people type in, they can change the text color. We can actually have a box shadow around each field. So there we go. We've got a bit of a gray shadow. And you can even change the color of that shadow. Make a nice light blue color. There we go. Let's hit update. All looks pretty good. The other thing we can do is the actual section in Elementor. We can click the section and we can edit the style of the section. So let's go for a background. Let's put in a background image, shall we? So we choose classic background type, choose an image. We can get an image from our library. So let's go for something fairly simple like that. Some cosmetics and shoes. Now, it's a little bit too bright. It interferes with our text a little bit. So let's go ahead and put a background overlay on. We're using dark text, so we should make a light overlay. So let's choose a classic color. It should be white, and that makes it a little bit lighter. You have to close it and open that again, and we'll get the opacity options there. So let's make the opacity more white, just so the text is a little bit more legible. So that looks pretty good. The only thing I don't really like is our aspect ratio of the image is too wide, so it's not covering the bottom of our form. So anyway, let's hit update. I'll show you how to fix that. All we go to is background and our image size. It's default. Let's change it to cover. And that'll make it cover the background of the form. So there we go. We've got custom fonts. We've got a custom background color on the field. We've got a custom background image. You could use a custom color or gradient, whatever you like. And then you can drop that into any page you want on your website. So if you're happy with that, let's go ahead and we can save it as a template. You can use it on other parts of your website just by going to your section library and inserting it. So let's say we wanted another one on another page. You go to a new template. We've got our form template set up. We can insert and wait a minute. And there we go. So you can put that form anywhere you want on the website. So that's the styling part of it. I'm going to show you how to change these actual fields because they need to be changed in the plugin. So to do that, let's go back to our dashboard and let's look at our plugin. Our plugin is called Contact. The contact form that we got by default is contact form 1. Let's make a duplicate and I'll show you how to add more elements onto the form. So by default, you've got your name, your email, subject, and your message, and the send button. So all of this can be customized. It looks a little bit tricky at first, but really it's not too bad. Let's add a basic text field on first. So probably the easiest way to do that is to copy one that's already there. Let's hit copy and paste it in on a new line. So let's call it your company maybe. And let's make it not required. So delete out the required bit. And this is the bit we want to change. Delete that square bracket section out. And let's put a new section in. Let's call it a text section. And we're going to call it your company. Now, if you want it to be required, you check that box. If you don't want it to be required, you uncheck the box. That way it's optional whether the person has a company or not. They can choose to fill it out. So then we insert, and that will give us your company, and it'll be called your company when you receive the contact form in your email. So let's hit save. Let's show you how to do the phone number maybe. So let's put your phone number in. It's the same idea. Let's copy that one from your company, paste it in. We want to delete out the your company bracket, put in the telephone. There we go. Let's make the telephone required. So let's hit required, and we're going to call it your phone. And so we'll insert that in, and let's call it phone number, and let's say it is required. Okay, let's hit save. So now we've got your name, your subject, your phone number. You can use any of these elements to add things in. Let's say we wanted to have a choice between two options. So you could use a checkbox to do that. Let's say you wanted to choose maybe pizza or burgers. I don't know. And we want to, it's either or, so we make them exclusive, and Wrap each item with a label element. Let's do that. There we go. So that'll choose between pizza or burgers. And let's say, let's add a label in there. Let's call it, let's make it label, what do you want for lunch? And then we end the label with that tag there. And hit save. See if this works. So we've got contact form 1 copy. And before you can test the form, we'll just need to check the settings under mail. This is where the form will send to. So just set up whichever email address you'd like to send the form to. And from is quite important. So in this case, it's from StyleSol, WordPress, stylesol.com.au. Just make sure this matches your domain name. So I'm working on stylesol.com.au. Make sure that matches your website exactly. So it will make sure that your email works properly. It doesn't end up in spam or getting blocked. So I'd maybe just call that contact form, so I know where, when I see the email in my email box, it's from my contact form. But that's all you need to do to get that working properly. Click save. And let's get back to Elementor and check how this has all turned out. Let's go back to Elementor. Let's hit reload. See if we actually get a form that has all these little new features on it. So we should, if we click on our element, we'll have contact form 1, but we'll also have contact form 1 copy. So let's click that, and there we go. We've got name, company, email, subject, phone number that's required. What do you want for lunch, pizza or burgers? And let's hit update. Cool. Let's go and have a look at what the finished product looks like. So that's what the default form was. Let's hit reload. So we've got, you can choose pizza or burgers, not both because they're exclusive. That was our option on the form plugin. You have to put the phone number in. If they don't put all the things in and they try to hit send, it'll give you an error. It'll say you didn't fill out the compulsory items. So you need to at least put your name, your email, and your phone number. Those are the required options. So if you want them to be optional, you don't tick that required box. But that's all there is to it to make a nice customized form, customized colors, backgrounds, customized items. That's all done for free. Even though the free version of Elementor doesn't include it, you can totally use this method and you can put free forms on the free version. So let me know if that was helpful. Click like and click subscribe because I'm going to bring you more WordPress videos. Let me know if you've got any other ideas for videos because I'd love to help out. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.